Hi there, this is Galaxy Girl. Thank you for coming to my channel today and watching my video. Today we're going to be working on building a cactus farm. So cactus are good for several things, and one of the first uses of cacti are to use it for green dye. And how you do this is you put the green dye, the cactus, into the furnace and use some coal, and the burning melting process of the furnace turns it into green dye, which can later be used to dye some sheep, and then you can shear the wool off the sheep and use the green wool for banners and stuff. The other uses for cactus, cacti, are for a defense mechanism, and cacti likes to be grown in sand. It can't be grown in any other block, and so we always put it down in the sand. It doesn't like to grow next to things, so if you put like sand or a soil block next to the cactus, it's going to break the cactus apart. So the cactus likes to be spread out. The only other time I've been able to see cactus growing next to something is the sugar cane. And yeah, I think it's because you can walk through the sugar cane, so it's not really considered like a solid block, which is why the cactus grows there. The cacti is a great defensive plant, so if you want to use it to defend against unwanted visitors in your farm or estate, you can. The other kind of defensive plant are sweet berries, and you'll see that the sweet berries slow the mobs down, and they're also very prickly. The mature plants prick you as you try to jump into them, and they can cause some damage to the player. So those are the two plants that are good for defending your farm or estate against unwanted visitors. So today we're going to be building a cactus farm, and I've already cleared away the area that we're going to be building it in. The area is 3 blocks by 8 blocks, and I dug 2 blocks down. I also cleared away a space. So what we're going to be needing today is redstone dust, some cactus. We're going to be needing a birch trapdoor. We're going to be needing a lever, some pistons. I'm using 2 because my farm is going to be a little small. Some cut sandstone, and some soil, some sand to grow the cacti in. And we're also going to be using the sand for the pistons, and a grass block just to help the dirt grow back into grass after we're done replacing it. And so you'll see here that I've also cleared away a channel here for the redstone dust, because we're going to need a little bit of extra room to complete our circuit, and it's underneath my pathway, which is why there's some cut sandstone on top of it. We're going to start by putting down some blocks to rest the sand on top of, and I like to use dirt here. So remember, the cactus likes to be separated. It doesn't like to be on top of anything else, which is why we created sort of like a cross pattern here. And it likes to be in sand, which is why I laid sand down. I'm also going to be filling up the 2 corners here with soil, just because we're not going to need the corners anymore. Now these may never turn to grass because it's not really connected to a grass block, but that's okay because it kind of gives it a neat kind of look, neat kind of pattern. It's kind of like an artistic feature as well. So now that our first one's laid down, we're going to find room for the second one. I'm clearing away those 2 blocks because we're going to need a little bit of space for the redstone dust, and then we'll replace the sand block after. And the first set of cacti is 1 space away from the second set, just because the cactus likes a little bit of room. So we can fill up this empty area now with soil. It makes it a little bit easier to work. And eventually I'm going to replace one of these blocks with the grass block. Down here I'm going to be putting the lever contraption, and I like to make the lever contraption look a little bit nice, which is why I've included the cut sandstone. So when you open up the birch trapdoor, you're not looking at dirt with lever, you're actually looking at a nice finished product. I'm going to place the lever down on that second, down 2 blocks, and then the birch trapdoor on top of it. And the idea is when you flip the switch, the pistons are going to connect with the circuit and shoot up, and they'll shoot a sand block up, which knocks down the cacti. Then you can farm the cacti and replant it. I'm just taking away this block because I wanted to replace it with the cut sandstone. Now I'm putting the sand back. The next step is to put the pistons, which need to be facing upwards towards the sky. And you know you've placed them right is when the wood is on the top. On top of the piston, we're going to be putting sand. And I like to use sand because sand's a very flexible block. So instead of using dirt, when the piston releases, the dirt's going to hover in midair, and then it's no longer going to be possible to plant your cactus. But if you use sand, the sand falls down with gravity. Next, we're connecting the pistons with the redstone dust, and we need to create a little bit of space in connecting our pistons, because if you place redstone dust right next to the pistons, for some reason it doesn't seem to connect the circuit. And I'm just going to show you here what I mean. So the circuit, even though the redstone dust is all lit up, it's not really connecting with the rest of the circuit. So you need to position the redstone dust so it's actually going directly into the pistons, which is why we have that extra row of space just to complete our circuit here. And now when we hit the lever, you'll see that the piston shot the sand up. And when we close the lever, so close the connection, the pistons fall down and the sand falls down. So it saves us from having used the sticky piston. The next step is to right click on a block to add the next bit of sand. And I'm just showing you here how the piston works. When we shoot it up, it's going to knock down the cacti. And we place the sand so we can have a 4th cacti there. And here we're going to put sand as well. And right here, so we're adding the extra bit of sand. Then right here we're going to add the last cut sandstone just to complete the pattern. And then now we have our working farm. So if you come over here and you have cacti that's grown several blocks high, you can come over here, open up the trapdoor, flip the lever switch, and it knocks all of the cactus down. Then to replant, you just hit the switch again, and then you replant the cactus, and of course Todd comes and steals a cacti, because he knew exactly what I was doing. Thanks for watching. Bye.